But now we're getting into the referral drill down, okay? This is where the action is. This is how we uncover referrals. This is systematic visibility. So lesson plan number 4, the referral drill down, the outline of the key points is we're going to keep an eye on the progress of the chapter, who graduated boot camp. We have down here give a ribbon. We need to talk about if we're going to have those ready in time or not, but that's what the note here. Review the progress, who graduated from boot camp. We're going to have some acknowledgement where people are actually into stage 2 as official bragging buddies. Very quick review of the 6 key situations, and most of the focus is on the 2 big trigger questions, okay? The 2 big trigger questions which uncover referrals on a regular basis. So here's the delivery. This is a 3 to 5 minute education coordinator presentation for lesson plan number 4. Okay, everybody, last week we were in the middle of the Power Team Boot Camp with groups of 2 or 3 bragging buddies getting together for their second meeting to complete the Connector to Creator worksheet and also implement the first 2 levels of systematic visibility. So let's see a show of hands who completed their second boot camp meeting and have officially graduated from boot camp. All right, so we're going to have hands up. We're going to ask people to please stand up. It's my pleasure to award each of you with an I Survived Power Team Boot Camp badge ribbon. Okay, so we're going to have to work on that and see if we're going to have those in time. If not, we'll come up with something appropriate to show recognition to this group of graduates. And so we'll be handing the recognition piece to the people standing. We're going to get a round of applause. We want to make this exciting. How about a round of applause for our Power Team Bootcamp graduates? Okay, now everybody, those of you who finished boot camp, you're going to advance to stage 2, formerly known as bragging buddies. Everyone who's finished boot camp will now run the ongoing bragging buddy agenda for their weekly one-to-ones. So everybody open up your workbook to page 22. So we all open up to page 22. Now, can everybody see the ongoing bragging buddy agenda? Does it make sense? Any questions? Now, it's a pretty simple agenda, and we'll have opportunity to talk more about it. But we want to remove the mystery. We want people to see the agenda because we know they're going to look anyway. So let's give them permission. Let's do it as a group. And then we say, let's go ahead and turn back, everybody. Okay, let's turn back to page 18. Let's go ahead and turn back to page 18. Now today, we're going to work on a technique called the referral drill down, right at the bottom of page 1. Top of page 2. The referral drill down is an easy to use but very powerful technique that everybody in the chapter can use immediately to create a lot of referrals, even if you're not actively participating in the Power Team. Okay? Remember, this is the education coordinator slot. You're talking to the entire group. A lot of these people are not going to the after support sessions. They may not have looked at the videos. We want to give them tools right now to help them make more money too. Okay? And so this is really important stuff, and it's very, very easy. On page 18, you can see the 6 key situations and the 3 big trigger questions. So everybody has page 18 open. And let page 18 do the heavy lifting. Okay? The referral drill down is a proven technique that any of you can use proactively and systematically, whether you're on a power team or not. Okay? Number 1, helps you recognize referral opportunities. Number 2, we're giving you the trigger questions to ask. And number 3, you're going to uncover money on the table for somebody in your chapter. So tune in your networking radar to flash green when you encounter someone experiencing one of the 6 key situations and ask a few trigger questions to uncover referral opportunities. So let's see who can create the most referrals with this technique for next week's meeting. So the idea here is that we're going to review these 3 trigger questions. Okay? What's the biggest challenge with your key situation? What else are you trying to get done when you're so busy with this key situation? Or just out of the blue in a conversation, what's the next big event coming up for you? all three of those questions will generate referrals. I guarantee it. I want your members to make more money. I want all of you to make more money. Okay? I have, I think, 8 people on the line tonight, and I guess a room full in Penang. So I don't know how many people there are, but I want each and every one of you to make more money, and I'm going to shoot straight with you. The more often you're asking the question, what's your biggest challenge, the more money you're going to make. Okay? So I want you to take inventory for yourself personally and ask yourself, how often have I used the biggest challenge trigger question this week? How often have I used the what else trigger question this week? If you're not asking these trigger questions once, twice, 3 times a day, you're leaving a ton of money on the table. Now, next week, when we get together as a group on this Train the Trainer stuff, I want to hear some success stories from you folks on how you implemented systematic visibility with situational visibility trigger questions. I want you to be leaders by example. I'm going to give you a quick story. Some of you may know Bessie from Hong Kong. She's a translator with Stella and Stanley there. And she did the translation on one of the events that I did when I was in Hong Kong. And so it was a 2-part presentation, and we covered systematic visibility levels 1 and 2, and then we took a break. And Bessie had some phone calls to make during the break. And sure enough, she was talking to one of her clients, and she had just learned a few minutes earlier the trigger questions, the biggest challenge trigger question in particular. And so on this break, fresh off the training, on the phone with her client with some other business, she said, tell me, what's your biggest challenge right now with your business? And so I won't get into the whole story, but the bottom line is that the client was looking to expand business overseas, and it led to a flurry of referrals that Bessie was able to put together just by asking one trigger question. So if I'm your education coordinator in your BNI chapter, if I'm your director consultant and I'm visiting every few weeks, I'm going to look you in the eye and I'm going to ask you, tell me the truth. How often did you ask the biggest challenge trigger question that past week? And I'm going to guarantee you that if the answer, well, once, none, the referrals you're giving are going to show. Okay, so I won't beat that to death anymore, but you get an idea how excited I get about keeping the fun in the fundamentals, and the trigger questions are really very, very powerful.